Hello everyone, it is Umber Rays here to talk a little bit about, wow, the music is really loud today. Oh wait, it might just be a little bit too loud on my headphones, but anyway, today I'm here to talk about the news on the JP side. Yes, I know, Global Fan Festa, I will get to it. But, sorry, that was kind of aggressive. Anyway, moving on, let's just talk about what is coming to the JP side in the next update, which is right around the corner. As a matter of fact, the next update drops tomorrow, and it is kind of interesting, kind of ho-hum. So first of all, we are getting a story event for one of the Order characters. So, Faisalith? Facelift? I don't know. This is not a character that I am particularly fond of or that interested in, but there still might be something here that is very interesting, so I'm not going to poo-poo this unit. As a matter of fact, I think this unit might actually be really good, but looking at the story event, it will run from the 11th to the 20th, which is kind of a weird little bit of timing. Again, Soul is getting the lowest story event we've ever seen, but this girl is getting a little bit longer. So we're getting a spear with the water element, which is notable because it is a water elemental weapon for the true dual wield era, so this is perfectly fine. The next thing is a gun, 96 attack plus some limit burst, fill rate up. Now, we'll talk about why I actually think guns are super important, but both of the items actually seem this month to be really, really good. So, yeah, this story event looks just great. But anyway, we will be seeing 3 new units be added to the pool. One a 3-star, one a 4-star, and one a 5-star. So looking at the 3-star first, Gudon, or Gooden, I don't know, whatever you want to call him. TMR is a heavy armor, 20 attack, 42 defense, and 20% HP. Pretty solid little TMR on this 3-star, all things to be considered. The heavy armor seems pretty nice. It gives some attack, some defense, some percent HP. This seems really good for attackers, and especially great for new players who are looking for some armor to boost their attackers. So this is really great for anyone without super TMR and looking for some attack armor that also provides pretty nice survivability. Nothing really to complain about on this 3-star. Other than he is just stuck in a chair. Not that there's anything wrong with that, if that's real life, but, I mean, I don't know what's the story with Gudon. Somebody tell me. Anyway, moving on, I just wondered if he's really lazy or whatever. Jiraga is our 4-star unit. TMR is a 30% attack up plus 40% attack with a spear. So, hello, pretty much super trust mastery for spears. I wouldn't mind to get at least a few of you. Spears are pretty interesting and have been missing basically a big boost that is not a super trust mastery, or hell, even just a giant boost. So a 70% attack up TMR is really nice with Lich's Spear, which is one of the highest attack items in the game. As a matter of fact, I would say that this is basically Gravy's TMR for spears instead of katana. So yeah, getting your hands on multiple of this 4-star unit doesn't seem just good, it seems really good. This is amazing. This is something I have been looking for. Other than that, his kit is water wind attacker. He has a W ability that he can unlock. He has single target many hit abilities. So I'm interested in this guy. If nothing else, his sprite is pretty freaking cool. And last but not least by any means is Faisalith. Now, Faisalith is a member of the Order, and if you are saying, oh, that's spoilers, I mean, JP is ahead, so whatever. She is not a CG unit. She does not get a CG animation, so no, we are getting no CG units that seem to be story event units, at least for now. Maybe when Season 3 launches, new Fina will be CG. Anyway, Taking a look at her kit, she is classified as a finisher. She has a single target ice immune. She has self-attack up, damage up on the next turn. She has single target ice damage with defense ignoring and damage up for another ability on the next turn. And then that ability gets single target damage with defense ignoring twice. Same ability, damage up. Single target damage, ice and peril. W ability in her 7-star, she gets self MP restore and unlocks quad ability, changes effects of some abilities. So Faisalith doesn't exactly sound disappointing by any means. As a matter of fact, she sounds pretty damn decent. It'll be interesting to see where she falls. Currently on the JP side, there are 2 units that, well, I would actually argue 3 units that are particularly very good for the finisher category. Number 1 is Ignacio, who can be a buffer as well as just a powerhouse to dealing out fire damage. CG Sid has the jumping ability down pat and has been used to great extent to clear many of the more difficult trials recently, including Elk Kai as well as Neo X Death. So those 2 units are really good. And the last one, of course, is Regina. So where Faisalith falls in all of this is going to be interesting. The fact that she does have the ice element on her is a big boost. And quad casting should be really interesting. All that really matters at this point is her modifiers. Are her modifiers really good enough that she can output as much damage as Regina? Because if she can, with the ice element, putting in ice chaining, Regina is essentially only missing elemental in her kit. And yeah, this is pretty nice. But it's not just that. This unit actually has a couple of other interesting things, particularly the TMR, a 50% attack up with gun and true dual wield bonus. And Super TMR is 174 attack gun with true dual wield bonus. There are 2 units in the game that will benefit greatly from this. Well, actually, any unit in the future that uses a gun will be particularly happy to see this. And I do not believe Bart's... No, Bart's doesn't get guns. But there is another unit that can have guns, who is not in any of my parties. Way to break the flow. Is Lightning. Lightning's one of Lightning's best options has been her own Super TMR and a gun, with a big problem for anybody who has essentially a, who just can't get the trial gun, or maybe doesn't have any Super TMRs for sword attack up. Lightning has been kind of left in a weird spot. But Faisalith's Super TMR as well as TMR are great for Lightning. Even if the true dual wield percentage is only 25%, that's 75% extra attack for true dual wielding with a gun. And then if you add in her Super TMR of 174 attack with true dual wield, this potentially really pushes Lightning a lot higher, easily able to hit the full cap of her stats. So I have to say that it is a very Super TMR heavy build, but it is kind of scary. This is really all coming together for Lightning. But as I said, there seems to be a lot really, really good with this banner. I think that I may have underestimated it when I heard about it at the Brave Exvius FanFest on the JP side, because honestly, I'm not super interested in the character, but the TMR and Super TMR both seem amazingly good for gun users, and there are at least quite a few of those in the game. But not only that, the 4-star itself is pretty damn awesome if you're just trying to get this TMR for spear users. Particularly, again, just to bring it up, is the 190 attack spear that you get from the Lich trial, which is just one of the highest attack weapons in the game that is not true dual hand. So yeah, there's a lot to like on this banner. Actually, some stuff that really gets me interested. Faisalith will be a big question mark just based on her percentages. If her percentages aren't good, then she probably doesn't have too many places to go. And if I could find that spear, that's not it. That's not it. There it is. 190 attack. If Faisalith can get a really, really good percentages, then she might take over Queen of the Finishers, also because of that elemental. But we'll have to wait and see for the data, which will be out tomorrow. So this is fine. This is all fine. Nobody panic. And of course, since it is a story event, that's not the right one. There will be enhancements, and the unit enhancements include Kulupipi, or whatever her name is, Wakim, one of my most hated units in the game, and a slew of others. Most importantly is Santa Rosalia. Taking a look at the upgrades, I mean, it's kind of nice to see that they are at least giving Shadow Lord some pretty big stat boosts, although honestly, I just don't foresee Shadow Lord becoming the great unit. There's just so much I didn't like about that Final Fantasy XI banner. Here's hoping the CG Final Fantasy XI banner will be better. Not looking at the 4 stars or the 3 star, taking a look at Shantoto, she looks to get some extra modifiers up, as well as just some few nicks and adds. Nothing terribly exciting here. Nothing real terribly exciting, because let's be honest, the unit that is probably that got the best enhancements out of this bunch, and just one of the best units still in the game, especially for the healer category, is Santa Rosalia. Santa Rosalia just gets some extra nice stuff, including her cooldown ability, just becoming even more of a beast in terms of healing, as well as just giving bonuses to characters. Other than that, she just gets some extra percentages for stuff about how much she is healing with some of her regens, I do believe. And the only other thing is that upgrading one of her abilities twice, the defense up, will remove the defense up and instead give her triple white cast magic. Pretty big for Santa Rosalia. Again, Santa Rosalia was not in a bad spot before enhancements, and now she will be in a much better spot going forward. So yeah, I really like Santa Rosalia's enhancements. Easily the best on this list. If you have Santa Rosalia, if you don't have Aerith or Lena, this is kind of just my opinion. It could change a little bit, because Santa Rosalia should pair really nicely with Faisalith as a, ice elemental chainer combo. If you got 2 ice damage dealers with Faisalith as a finisher and Santa Rosalia as the healer, you might have a really nice setup for an OTK combo. Pending data and everything, numbers and whatnot. But Santa Rosalia should not be underestimated, the importance of her enhancements coming at this period of time. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about this. If you have Lena and Aerith and you're not looking to get Faisalith and you're not looking to have the ice element as your main thing, probably okay to skip. But again, Santa Rosalia is probably one of the better it's her getting enhancements is just really cool. And next up, we get a new trial, which is Shinryu, the God Dragon, has now come to the JP side. And honestly, I'm pretty excited about this one. It is not a Kai trial, it is actually a new trial. Hopefully that this will continue into the future as we see more new trials that are not just, rehashed stuff. So what do you get for beating this guy? Well, some pretty nice stuff. The main thing is an accessory. 40 attack and magic stats are great for hybrid units, or good for an attacker or a mage. And some elemental resistance too, 30% to ice, thunder, and water, which should give you a hint about what elements will be important in this fight. Clearing will get 100 lapis. You can get a 10% trust Mugli. An AoE, for summoning Shiva and Ramu, you can get a materia, AoE water damage, and spirit ignore and attack magic break, which seems like a pretty nice materia. Clearing within 25 turns will give you a materia, 50% light resistance, and 30% limit burst damage. Again, this just seems like a really nice set of stuff. Elemental resistance. Hopefully it's not going to be insanely difficult, but no promises. So, yeah, there you go. That was the wrong one. This is the one I wanted to click on. But it will be a full 5-hour maintenance. The story event is being added, the new banner is being added, the Shinryu trial, the enhancement batch, and a few fixes hopefully to do with some of the problems that the game, just to make the game run a little bit better. But yeah, that is essentially the JP news. Looks like a good bunch of stuff that's coming, and I would not underestimate the value of this new banner, especially for the spears alone. If you have maybe a couple 4-star tickets, or if you want to try and get some of the 4-star while the banner rate is up, it's not necessarily a bad idea. If you want to go full tilt, there is the normal 11k step up. Looks like we got some extra, or the extra rainbow rates, which is perfectly fine. Best of luck to anyone who is going for her. I'll probably go at least till step 3, mainly because I want at least that juicy 4-star, particularly in about 9 copies worth. Anyway, that's all for now, and I will see you next time when, yes, we will discuss FanFesta. See you then.